Fans of the TLC series, Little People, Big World, have watched members of Oregon's Roloff family go through all sorts of changes, from kids growing up to family members leaving the show, and the divorce of Matt Roloff and Amy Roloff. Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. For Roloff family latest news update, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. One familiar element remained though, and that was the family's home on Roloff Farms in the Helvetia area. But the fate of the property became a contentious issue, as the Oregonian/Oregon Live and other sources reported that Matt Roloff announced in 2022 that he wanted to sell part of the farm, a 16-acre parcel listed for a price of $4 million. But that wasn't the end of the story. As People magazine reported later in 2022, Roloff said he was pulling the part of the farm off the market and instead planned to turn it into an harem-style destination for travelers. Drama ensued as one of the Roloff offspring, Zach Roloff, expressed interest in buying part of the farm, which didn't happen. Instead, Zach and his wife, Tori, and their family moved from Oregon and settled in Battleground, Washington. In 2024, Zach and Tori Roloff announced that they plan to depart Little People, Big World. In the latest twist, Matt Roloff has put Roloff Farms on the market again, with a listing price of $2,895,000. Here's how the property is described in a news release from the Real Brokerage, which is handling the sale. Located just outside Portland and Hillsboro, Oregon, this 16-acre estate blends luxury living with unmatched creative potential. The 5-bedroom, 6,462 sq ft main home includes a theater, gourmet kitchen, and multiple offices, while the property's showstoppers are what set it apart: a custom-built Western town, a 3,600 sq ft barn, scenic bridges, a pool, and even a miniature castle. Little People, Big World has aired on TLC since 2006. Earlier in the show's run, it focused on life at the farm, Matt and Amy Roloff, who have dwarfism, and their children Zach, who also has dwarfism, and Jeremy, Molly, and Jacob. As People reports, at this point, it's not clear if Little People, Big World will return for more seasons. Roloff Farms, a name almost synonymous with the TLC reality television show Little People, Big World, has been an iconic landmark in Oregon for nearly 2 decades. With its sprawling pumpkin patch, whimsical playground structures, and a big red barn that became emblematic of the family's dynamic, the farm has witnessed many milestones, transformations, and conflicts over the years. Now, yet again, this beloved piece of property is back on the market. The farm, situated in Helvetia, Oregon, became a household name thanks to the show's portrayal of the Roloff family's lives, particularly focusing on Matt and Amy Roloff, their children Zach, Jeremy, Molly, and Jacob, and the challenges and triumphs that came with raising a family with dwarfism in a world designed for average-height individuals. But the show wasn't only about personal journeys. It also turned the 36-acre Roloff Farms into a television character in its own right, featuring holiday events, family traditions, and the ups and downs of maintaining a working farm. Now, a significant portion of this famed farm, specifically 16 acres, is up for sale again. The decision to relist comes after previous efforts to sell in 2022 were met with challenges, price adjustments, and even temporary rebranding as a short-term rental property. Originally purchased in 1990, Roloff Farms began as a dream for Matt and Amy Roloff. The couple, both Little People, were determined to create a home and environment tailored to their needs and their children's needs. What started as a fixer-upper transformed into a sprawling homestead complete with pumpkin patches, pirate ships, a Western town replica, and playgrounds that catered to people of all sizes. The launch of Little People, Big World in 2006 brought national attention to their property. Millions of viewers tuned in each week to watch the Roloffs navigate life, relationships, and the challenges of operating a farm. The Halloween pumpkin season became a key feature of the show, turning Roloff Farms into a real-life tourist attraction, drawing tens of thousands of visitors annually. As the children grew and moved on with their own lives, the farm remained the central thread tying the family and the show together. But with fame and time came change. Amy and Matt's divorce in 2016 marked the beginning of seismic changes for Roloff Farms. Though they had worked together for years to build and operate the farm, their split resulted in complex property negotiations. Eventually, Amy sold her portion of the farm to Matt in 2019 and moved into a new home nearby with her now husband, Chris Marek. The sale of Amy's share gave Matt full ownership of the farm, and with that came new challenges. Though he hoped to keep the property in the family, attempts to involve his sons, particularly Zach and Jeremy, in the future of the farm ended in disappointment. Both Zach and Jeremy reportedly made offers to purchase portions of the property, but negotiations fell apart, leading to tension and estrangement, especially between Matt and Zach. Fans of Little People, Big World watched this drama unfold over several seasons, with Zach publicly expressing his frustration over how the situation was handled. Jeremy and his wife Audrey also walked away from any formal involvement with the farm, eventually purchasing their own property to pursue their version of farm life. In May 2022, Matt Roloff announced that he was putting a 16-acre portion of the farm, including the main farmhouse, on the market for $4 million. This decision stunned fans and was met with mixed reactions. Many were saddened to see the iconic property leave the Roloff family, while others sympathized with Matt's position. The listing included the original farmhouse, complete with over 5,300 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms, a home theater, 2 offices, and an array of unique outdoor structures that had become part of the Roloff legacy. Despite its fame and extensive features, the property did not sell. Real estate experts cited the price tag and the specificity of the home's design as potential obstacles. The market conditions at the time were also shifting, with interest rates climbing and buyers becoming more cautious. After several months on the market and with no serious buyers in sight, Matt took the home off the market and announced a new plan. He would convert the farmhouse into a short-term rental, something akin to an Airbnb experience. In late 2022, Roloff Farm's main house was repurposed as a vacation rental, allowing fans of the show and farm enthusiasts to book stays in the same home that had been featured on television for years. The experience offered guests a chance to live the Roloff life, complete with scenic views, access to parts of the farm, and the nostalgic feeling of being immersed in reality television history. The rental received solid interest, but it was clear that this was a temporary measure. Matt continued to spend increasing amounts of time in Arizona, where he and his partner Karen Chandler had purchased a second home. The draw of a warmer, quieter lifestyle began to take priority, and the logistics of managing a large property and a rental business from afar grew more complicated. In May 2025, it was confirmed that Matt had relisted the 16-acre portion of Roloff Farms, this time with a significantly reduced asking price of $2.895 million. The listing again includes the iconic farmhouse and its expansive interior space, as well as several of the unique Roloff creations like a full-sized pirate ship, Western Town, and covered bridge. The new price reflects a more realistic approach to current market conditions, and it is evident that Matt is eager to transition out of daily management of the property. In a statement to the press, Matt shared that he hopes the next owner of the farm can use it as a launchpad for big dreams, echoing the sentiment that he once had when he first purchased the land. Real estate agents describe the property as one of a kind, a place that holds both architectural and cultural significance. With years of national exposure, Roloff Farms offers potential buyers not just a home, but a brand with built-in recognition. The decision to relist the farm has reignited conversation among fans and followers of Little People, Big World. Many longtime viewers express nostalgia and sadness, feeling that the sale signifies the end of an era. Some blame Matt for not finding a way to keep the farm within the family, while others understand his desire to simplify and move on. Zach and Jeremy have not issued recent public statements regarding the farm's new listing, though previous interviews and social media posts indicate that the wounds from past negotiations still linger. Amy, for her part, has voiced support for whatever makes sense for Matt and the future of the property, while acknowledging that the farm once held deep sentimental value. Matt's girlfriend, Karen Chandler, who has also been a recurring figure on the show, now spends most of her time in Arizona as well. She has expressed excitement for the next chapter in their lives, hinting at a future that includes less stress and more real. As the sale of Roloff Farms moves forward, questions linger about what will become of the remaining acres still owned by Matt and how the new owners may choose to use the property. There is also speculation about whether Little People, Big World, which concluded its run after 25 seasons, will return in any form, perhaps documenting the final transition of the farm or focusing on one of the children's new ventures. Regardless of who buys the farm, its legacy is secure. Roloff Farms became more than just land. It was a symbol of resilience, innovation, and family spirit. The structures on the property stand as testaments to years of imagination and labor, built not just for show, but to accommodate and inspire. The Roloff family, through triumphs and trials, created a cultural landmark. Their openness about dwarfism, parenting, relationships, and entrepreneurship has educated and entertained millions. And while the chapters at Roloff Farms may be coming to a close, the stories born there will continue to resonate. As Matt prepares to celebrate his 64th birthday, he does so with the perspective of someone who has lived a full life of challenges, achievements, and changes. The farm that once served as a sanctuary, a project, a workplace, and a stage is now poised to become someone else's dream. The listing is now active and is expected to draw interest from a variety of buyers, those who want a piece of television history, families looking for an extraordinary estate, and perhaps even entrepreneurs who see its potential as a venue or attraction. The next chapter of Roloff Farms is